Good morning, students. So, today we are going to start with a new chapter. It's the second chapter in your English textbook. So, please be ready with your English workbook and your content book, that is your green book and your blue book. So today our aim is to identify different perspectives about the same thing, and we'll be reading the first half of Krishna's Flying Horse. So, what do you mean by perspective? To understand what perspective is, I want you to think about imagine something. Imagine you and your friend went outside, went to Bangalore to attend an exam. So, what kind of questions comes in an exam? Is a question that is easy for you is that always easy for your friend as well? So we get different kind of questions in an exam. There will be easy questions, there will be difficult questions, and there will be average questions. Sometimes the questions which you find easy will be difficult for your friend, or questions that you find difficult will be easy for your friend. So people view things differently. People have different viewpoints and different opinions about same things. That is essentially what perspective means. I'll give you another example. So you can all see the image of a flying horse on your screen. So some people would just look at this image and be like, this horse looks really beautiful. It's a very beautiful painting. The horse is flying and the colors look really pretty and attractive. And overall it is very aesthetically pleasing. So some people would love the picture. And some people would just see the picture and they'll be like, what how is a horse flying? It does not make sense. The painting just looks stupid. And some people tend not to like it. So people have different opinion. They look at the same thing, but the opinion that they form in their head is different. So that is essentially what different perspective means. I'll just give you one more example to make it more clear. Imagine you got a new book and you loved it. You found it very exciting, and you want your friend to read it, and you gave it to your friend. But your friend found it very boring. So you obviously will be disappointed. But it's just that people view things differently, have different opinions about it. That is essentially what perspective is. So today we'll read the story and we'll understand different perspectives of people. Yeah. So let's read the first paragraph. Moonlight filtered into Krishna's room through swaying branches of neem tree outside the window, turning everything silver. So it's night and everything has a silvery haze to it. The floor was littered with paint bottles, brushes, and a palette. Cats ran over plastic animals and building blocks rose unsteadily towards the ceiling. Buried somewhere in that mountain of toys was a flying horse, struggling to be seen. So, what happens in the first paragraph? We can see Krishna's room. It's night. It's littered really badly. There's a lot of toys and books on the floor. And underneath all this is a painting of a flying horse. So, second paragraph. Krishna had been working on the flying horse painting for several days. He had drawn the sun peeking out from behind a wall of round mountains which towered over a small village. In the foreground, he had made an island in the middle of a large lake, poised to take off above. The water was sorry, the poised to take off above the water was a flying horse with a bushy tail, two wings, and a smiling eyes. So we have a description of Krishna's painting. Let's look at the painting. So there's a sun that's just coming outside from behind the mountain, and the mountains are brown and large, and there's an island, and there's a large lake, and the most interesting thing is that there's a flying horse, and the horse is just ready to take off. The horse has a bushy tail, two wings, and a smiling eyes. So, how did Krishna start painting? Let's find out. Krishna was delighted when Uncle Subhash gifted him a box of watercolors for his birthday. So he got a box of watercolors for his birthday, and Krishna was very excited, and it was a gift from Uncle Subhash. He opened the box, dipped his brush into a small cup of water, and started painting almost immediately. So Krishna got the water paint set, and he was very excited that he started painting immediately. So Krishna was very excited and he wanted to finish painting and he wanted to show it off to everyone. So Uncle Subhash saw his painting and he was very impressed. He liked Krishna's painting. You should have it framed once you finish it, he told Krishna's mother. So Uncle Subhash saw the painting and he suggested that Krishna's mother should frame the painting. Yes, 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 shouted Krishna in excitement and tore the page out of his sketchbook. So Krishna was very excited and he tore the page out and he ran to his mother. Krishna's mother was happy. She started laughing and she's like, "Okay, okay, you keep it in your room safely. We'll get it framed tomorrow." So she also agreed. So Krishna was very happy. The flying horse swelled with pride. You see, paintings need to be seen, otherwise they fade away. So the flying horse was also very happy, like Krishna. Why was the flying horse happy? Art should be seen, painting should be seen. Otherwise, if no one appreciates the beauty of a painting, there is no purpose, right? Art should be appreciated. So paintings and all should be hung on the wall rather than keeping it in a corner. It should be hung for people to see it and appreciate it, otherwise its beauty will fade. So the painting is asking, what better way to be seen than to be framed and hung on a wall? So the flying horse waited patiently on Krishna's desk. What was flying horse patiently waiting for? He was waiting to be framed and to be hung on the wall. So both Krishna and Flying Horse was pretty excited about the prospect of framing the picture. The next day, Krishna came home from school with lot of homework. So Krishna went to school like normal and he came back and he had a lot of work. So he kept all of his books on the study table and sat down to start his work. So he started his work. He dawdled and daydreamed and didn't finish his work until dinner time. He was very distracted. So he just kept doing stuff. He was distracted. So it took till dinner time. When the dinner time came and he hurried to go have dinner. And what happened to the flying horse? It fell down. And Krishna was in a hurry, so he just took it and kept it in a book. He didn't keep it safely inside his drawer or anything. So the next day, it was a Saturday. Krishna's friends Anirudh and Geeta came over to spend the day with him. Both of them came home. Krishna's friends. What were Krishna's friends? Anirudh and Geeta. And they wanted to play, but they saw the picture of the flying horse and they started giggling. Giggling means laughing. Look at this painting. It is a horse with wings. How strange, said Anirudh. They're like, this painting looks very strange because what kind of horse has wings on it? Did you paint this? Asked Geeta. Krishna was embarrassed. So his friends started making fun of it, and if you remember, he was very proud of the painting, right? So he gets ashamed. So he wanted his friends to talk about something else. He wanted to uh, divert their attention. He wanted to turn their attention from the painting and into something else. So he took the atlas quickly and he was like, look, let's look for all the places we want to visit. And then they started looking at the atlas. Crash! The books on the shelf fell on the floor along with the flying horse. So while they were taking out the atlas, the books and the flying horse fell onto the floor, and the flying horse was trapped under the painting was trapped under all those books. So they didn't mind. They started playing with the atlas. They were looking at different places, and the flying horse patiently waited under the books on the floor. Then Geeta saw a board of Snake and ladder, and she wanted to play it. Let's play snake and ladders, she suggested. Yes, yes, I love snake and ladders, said Krishna, and they settled themselves. So, first they distracted themselves by looking at the atlas. Now they started playing snake and ladder. Then after that, they when they got bored, they moved on to the figures of sports persons. Krishna brought out his stash of cards with his favorite sports person. So they started focusing on sports persons, and then Krishna had a card of sports persons, and they started playing with it. They got fed up with them and pulled out the plastic animal. Then they moved on to plastic animals. They were very busy playing. Krishna's room looked like it had been hit by a cyclone. So Krishna's room was very messy because those books, and they started playing with different kind of things. They didn't clean it up. So the flying horse was trapped under all these things, and the flying horse began to worry. The flying horse started being afraid because the painting should be taken care of, and it was supposed to be framed the next day, right? So the flying horse began to worry. So today we'll be reading only this much, and so let's discuss what we studied together today. What things do characters view differently? So let's summarize some of the characters that we met today. We met Krishna. Krishna's painting is not really a character, but it's an important part of the story. Then we met Krishna's uncle Subhash, Krishna's mom, and Krishna's friends. Their names are Geeta and Anirudh. So, what things do characters view differently? So, if you think about it, uh, how did Uncle Subhash and his mother react to his painting? They liked his painting and they were happy about it. But what happened when his friends saw the painting? When Geeta and Anirudh saw the painting, they started making fun of it, right? So when uh, when that happened, Krishna got ashamed. He felt ashamed. So mom and Uncle Subhash likes the painting, whereas his friends found the painting very weird. Krishna's uncle, mother, and friends think differently about his painting of a flying horse, right? They have different opinions. While his mother and his uncle likes it, his friends feel that it's not realistic because horses don't fly in real life. So, whose view is shared with us in the story? We got to know his mother's view, his uncle's view. His mother was ready to frame it, and his uncle was impressed by his painting. Then we also got to know Geeta's painting, Geeta's view, and Anirudh's view. Both of them didn't like the painting. They didn't find it realistic enough. What were each character's feelings and thoughts about it? So we already discussed that. His parents liked it, while his friends found it unrealistic. So that was what we found out from the first two paragraphs. Why do different characters think differently about the same thing? So, like I said earlier, every individual have their own perspective. So, what we think and what we feel is different from what the other person feels. Like I said, one person might like the book, one person might not. Some people like biryani and some people does not. Okay, so the way a person thinks or feel is their perspective. So they have different perspective about different same things. What details help us to learn more about the character's perspective? So we can learn about their perspective from what they say, how they express, and how they act. So, for example, in the story itself, when Uncle Subhash saw his painting, he was impressed. And what did he say? Let's frame the picture. His action and his words show his perspective. That is, he likes the painting. But when his friends saw this, they started laughing. This shows how his friends did not like the painting that much. So we can understand people's perspective from their feelings, thoughts, and action, how they express it. Now, I want all of you to write this thing. What is your perspective? What do you feel about the painting of flying horse? Do you like it or do you not? And do you think he should get it framed? And if so, why? So, personally, I want you all to think, if you saw the painting of flying horse, what would you want Krishna to do? You can just write that down in your rough book and you can just send it to me after the class is over. So, we'll also do the homework part of this, that is your workbook. So, we have a paragraph in your workbook. So, I'll read it. Amrita and her sister were in a garden. Amrita was reading book and her sister was collecting flowers on the ground to make a necklace for herself. What a waste of time. How can you waste time on something like this? Said Amrita, looking irritated. Here, read this book. Amrita's sister began flipping the pages. There were no pictures in it, and beside it, it was really heavy. What fun is a book like this? She thought. It is so much more fun collecting flowers to make beautiful necklace. So it's a very small paragraph. Who are the characters in it? Amrita and her sister. So they both of them were in a garden. Amrita was reading a book, and Amrita's sister was collecting flowers to make necklace. So Amrita was irritated. Amrita is like, collecting flowers and making necklace, it's a waste of time. Why are you doing something like this? And she gives her sister a book and she's like, read the book. So Amrita's sister goes through the book and she finds the book very boring. She's like, there is no picture in it and it's really heavy. There is no fun in doing it. So it's so much more fun collecting flowers to make a beautiful necklace. So we can see two different perspectives in this also. Amrita and her sister's perspective. So I want you to figure out the answers to these questions. What do Amrita and her sister have different perspective on? It's very clear if you have read the passage. So Amrita likes doing something and Amrita's sister likes doing something. So they have different perspectives on same thing. So what is it? You have to write that. The second question is, what is Amrita's perspective on collecting flowers for making necklaces? So what do you think how do you think Amrita feels about collecting flowers for making necklaces? And how do you know? The second question is, what is Amrita's sister's perspective about reading books? How does Amrita's sister feel about reading books? How do you know that? So, and the third last question is, with whose perspective do you agree, Amrita or her sisters? So, whose opinion do you find more agreeable? Do you agree with Amrita or Amrita's sister? And you have to give a reason. So, this is the first LP of your block 3. So, please open your workbook. So, that passage will be given in your workbook. You have to read it thoroughly again and again, and then write the answers of each question, and then you have to send it to me personally uh, today itself. So this was today's lesson. Today we learned about Krishna's flying horse. We saw how people can have different perspectives about different things. Some people can see this image of a horse and and like it, and some people just find it disturbing because horses really don't have wings. So people have different opinions and different viewpoints. And in Krishna's story, we saw how his uncle and his mother liked his painting while his friends didn't like his painting. So they all had different perspectives about the same painting. So that was the gist of today's lesson. I hope you understood what perspective means. And We'll read the rest of the story tomorrow. By that time, you have to finish your workbook and it should be sent to me today itself. So that's all.